Okay, so we're live now?
We're live.
Good deal. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Over here it's good evening. But I suppose you could be watching this at any time. Probably people who watch this kind of stuff on YouTube are watching it late at night. So I would say good evening, because good night is more of a goodbye than a hello. At any rate, this is Droopy McGobbler here. You may recognize me from such shows as The Jowls of Justice on riverwestradio.com, and, well, I guess that's my only show. So, anyway, if you don't watch The Jowls of Justice, or listen to it, I guess, then you should. And I am, in fact, only the co-host. I would like to introduce PerSpecTuv, the host of what the hell is the name of our thing? Well, what do you think of it? Let me say, now that I'm on YouTube, because we have a...
This is PerSpecTuv Radio.
PerSpecTuv Radio. All right, sounds good. I moved out of River West, where all those hippies and stuff are, down in the south side. And so, I don't feel like taking a bus 50 minutes each way to go do some stupid show that not that many people watch. Although, if you're watching this, it's an awesome show, and you should be watching it. And besides which, since this is YouTube and not a community radio station, that means I can smoke tobacco. I can swear. I can say fuck and shit and bitch. Right? And I can tell stories about when I was drunk. I can promote illegal things like setting up fake construction sites. But you'll have to see that one on The Jowls of Justice. So definitely download it and listen to it. At any rate, on that radio show, I thought that I was going to be simply a voice on the radio and not on camera. I hate being on camera, or at least I did. Since I've been doing it, now I don't care. Because I was going to say to people that as a voice on the radio, I was going to intimate to them, actually I wasn't going to intimate, I was going to express directly that I had huge jowls, big droopers, jowls of justice, jowls of liberty, jowls of authority, that,
But these jowls are quite fictional, in fact.
They are.
As of yet.
I know.
But
as of yet.
But in the future,
hopefully they'll come in soon.
Jowls. We're waiting for the jowls.
Absolutely. Now, I don't want to get fat, so I don't really want to have a turkey out there. But you can hear all this stuff on The Jowl of Justice. So let me turn it over to PerSpecTuv to say some stuff.
Okay. This is PerSpecTuv here on PerSpecTuv Radio. Now, I'd like to start off this first episode with an interview with Jowls of Justice.
Droopy McGobbler.
Droopy McGobbler, which is going to be very hard for me to remember. Droopy McGobbler, I have...
Just think of this. Drooping jowls, turkey gobbler.
To interview with this question. Now, if you were to interview me, how would you do that?
That is such a bogus interview. I would say, what is your name? And you'd say it, PerSpecTuv. Now I'd say, what is your quest?
My quest?
So what is your quest?
My quest is to,
Aw, shit. See, I don't have to beat myself out for saying shit, right? And I can say that I dropped ashes on myself,
well,
because I can smoke tobacco. But I'm sorry, I dropped on the PerSpecTuv chair.
My actual PerSpecTuv's on the chair. This chair is PerSpecTuv sitting in right now.
They can see it. We're not on the radio, we're on television. Sorry about that, man.
PerSpecTuv doesn't care.
I guess first I'd say, what kind of cigar is that you smoke? Because we can talk about tobacco.
I believe this is a, if I remember correctly, this is a smokable cigar.
Very true. It
was
is
made in the 90s.
It is
high quality cigar.
Very high quality. It's a Jose Marti, named after a famous Cuban poet and revolutionary. The name of the cigar is Cuba Libre, Free Cuba. And out of 1 to 100, what would you give it? I'm not talking about cigar aficionado trademark.
And then you're going to tell me the number that it actually is, of course.
I have no idea what number it actually is, but I smoked a lot of cigars, so go ahead.
Like, could I give it a 90 something?
Okay.
Hold on. Let me give it a, I haven't smoked the greatest of cigars. Of all cigars I smoked, though, I have to say that so far this is my favorite. So I'd have to give it 100, being that I have nothing else to compare it with that I have smoked that has been superior to it.
That's fair. That's fair. You know, I would. Thanks for input. I would give it.
But if I were just to guess at the possibility that there are better cigars out there, I would probably give it.
Compared to as good as you can imagine.
As good as I can imagine a cigar being, I'd say I'd give it a 94.
That's pretty good. Now, I don't know the official ratings by Cigar Aficionado, trademark, or Cigar Connoisseur, copyright, even if that's a magazine, I don't even know. Hey kids, don't smoke, you cough like that. There, that's my disclaimer. But I've smoked a whole lot of cigars, and you know what? I'm just liking this one. And I gotta say, a good one might taste really good. A great one,
A great one.
you can inhale them like you're not supposed to, and it still tastes and feels good.
Now let's
And
test
I
this
agree
out. Let's test this out. I'm going to try to inhale this cigar. Now, remember that we rate. This is a cigar, not a cigarette. I put this in perspective. See? That's putting things in perspective.
Ah, that's a good pun there.
Okay.
There you go, there you go.
This might not turn out great. Just a warning. I feel lightheaded now.
Well, that's from the nicotine, but did it taste bad or feel scratchy?
I'd prefer it to a cigarette. I
Really?
really cough. Usually when I smoke a cigar, I cough. Now, what was this called again? Because this didn't provide a cough.
It's by Jose Marti, and it's called a Cuba Libre, and the size is a Robusto.
And it doesn't provide a cough.
That's good. But since this isn't really a cigar show, let me find something else. So anyway, at first I didn't want to be on television. I was thinking of being on the radio. I always said I should have a radio show. And I always thought I had a face for the radio. But at any rate, I started to not care. As soon as I walked into the studio the first time and realized that they were going to know that I didn't have jowls, although we could use Adobe After Effects trademark to give me jowls.
See if we have the jowls effect right now.
I
We
don't
do
know.
have some effects on here. Let's see. I think these
Let's
are
see what they all do.
Okay, let's check out these effects. And of course we can edit this video later.
Yeah, we could. Oh yeah, I gotta install all the Adobe trademark shit on my computer.
We got blockhead.
See there, it said shit and I don't have to beep it out again.
Let me find
Blockhead.
I'm trying to find block. This is blockhead. Does that look like blockhead to you?
Oh, I think that's a big chin. I already have a big chin.
Does that look like does it look like we have blockheads now?
Let's try it.
We already have it on.
It's on.
Yeah.
It's not on.
Yeah,
hit
I
that,
clicked it.
hit that green button.
I did.
Hit it again.
The second time? Now it's just
Aha!
wait.
Let me adjust myself here. Ah! That gives me a bullfrog. Yeah, I'm riveting against stuff now. Even if you jowl for it and gobble for it, I rivet against it. But if I move my head a little bit like this, then I get a chin, like Bruce Campbell. And as we all know, the only... Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's
Oh
creepy.
yeah, horse face. I would say you should try it on your ass, but we can't do that on this. Then it'll
Duh.
be 18 plus or some shit.
It makes me feel really retarded. I don't feel very comfortable with just my body
Well,
My body is not disproportionate to my head.
Of course, it's a damn funhouse mirror effect.
Well, let's try this.
Pick something else.
Well, let's try something else, okay?
But at any rate, well, you've got the remote control, you're in charge.
Yes.
But at any rate,
Unless you want to be in charge.
so what is
In
the
charge.
one thing? The one thing that could
Okay,
stop
this is blockheaded perspective. Now let's turn it off. It's really annoying. Now let's put on into perspective fisheye. Fisheye into perspective. Oh, are we allowed to do that on television?
pick your nose? I hope so, because I'm saying shit and smoking tobacco.
That's what it looks like when you're smoking in front of a fish.
Apparently. Hey kids, don't do this right here.
Well, that looks cool. That would trip out a fish. Now let's turn that off because you can't really see us.
Probably. You know what else would trip out a fish? Me catching them and killing them.
Now let's see what else we got.
Then I get to eat them, so it's alright.
Our 80s music video effects, which makes us look really cool.
That's from a specific music video, isn't it? I think they just
Yeah, this
can't
is from a
say it.
specific one. They can't say it.
They
We
can't
can
say
say
it.
it though. We can say it.
Which one is it?
I'm trying to remember the name of it. They made it fun. They made fun of it on
Family
Family Guy.
Guy. Yeah, where Chris goes behind the egg counter and gets like stuck in some damn video.
Yeah, this is from a specific music video. Look how cool my cigar looks in the 80s music video. Let's try to smoke the cigar in the 80s music video.
All it does is white out my face.